Well, it's 7 p.m. here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and it's Saturday night, which means it's Saturday night with CarEdge with your hosts, Ray and Zach. How the hell are you today, Hanson?
I'm doing good, Pops. I'm doing good. Happy Saturday night to everyone. We are going to be talking about Toyota. The first part of tonight's show is going to be Toyota Central, Dad. I went with Toyota is in crisis mode. And the reason no, hear me. This is going to be a really interesting conversation. We have some new data. I'll put the link in the description in just a second or in the chat in just a second. Toyota has no inventory. Markups galore. Dealers getting frustrated that they have no inventory. Customers losing faith in the automaker. Toyota going down a path of crisis mode is what I'm leading with tonight. That being said, 2 announcements and then we'll jump in. You seem to disagree with me off the bat. They lost their sales. Okay.
No, I get it. I get it. I just, I thought maybe Chicken Little would take the night off.
Come on, man.
Not.
We're going to dig into the data. Before we do,
yes.
2 things to mention. One is we are running our end of month promotion back at CarEdge.com. $100 off vehicle service contracts, 20% off everything else. So please, if we can help you, go take a peek there.
And when does that expire?
September 5th?
4th.
The other thing I'll mention, if you are a car dealer and you watch our content, we are starting to build out the trusted dealer network. There's some things you have to abide by, but we're here to work with you to make sure that our community members get a fair car deal. CarEdge.com/join if you're interested in joining.
And chatting with us.
Yeah. You're not going to get accepted just by talking to us.
Yeah.
We have a whole code of ethics that you have to abide by. We're going to start here, Pops.
Yes.
First things first. This is a very tiny window sticker that I will blow up for everyone. This is a RAV4, Dad.
Yes.
The manufacturer's suggested retail price is $47,307.
Yes.
It's a great price for a Toyota RAV4 hybrid. Awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yes.
The selling price, Dad?
Wait, did you notice what the dealer did?
What'd the dealer do?
Well, just scroll up a little bit. And you'll notice, you can see that the window sticker, the original Monroney labels, it's been ripped away off the window a little bit so that they could slide in their dealer addendum to make it look like it's part of the Monroney label. When, in fact,
it's an addendum sticker.
It's an addendum label.
And it says, let's be very clear.
Yes.
It says dealer added equipment and information. What's fascinating here, Dad, is if I'm not mistaken, this number right here.
That's the total MSRP.
Look what it says right here.
Man, that's a lie. That's an absolute lie.
It's a lie?
Should they go to CarEdge/join?
No, this dealer absolutely
can save their time and effort.
Point number 1 of Toyota being in crisis mode. And we're going to talk about why they're in crisis mode. It has to do with the fact that they have no inventory in the United States while their sales grow internationally.
Yes.
Point number 1, no inventory. What does no inventory do, Dad? We talk about supply and demand all of the freaking time on this channel. We are not idiots here, guys. We are consumer advocates, but we're not idiots. If there's no supply and the demand's there, dealers are going to add these addendum stickers. But what's happening? You've got true... I'm not going to use the word lie, but this is something that...
No, time out.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you use the word lie? What does it say there on the manufacturer's suggested retail selling price on the Monroney label that is required by federal law to be affixed to the window of the car? What does it say?
$47,307.
Okay, that says that's the manufacturer's total suggested retail price. What does it say at the top of the addendum label?
So this is the addendum label.
Scroll up. What does it say?
It says manufacturer's suggested retail price $57,095.
Well, how's that not a lie? How's that not a misrepresentation of the truth? How's that not off by, I don't know, about $9,800? That's a lie. We sugarcoat everything in this country. Okay, that's a lie. It's just here. Let me help, just so we don't get in any trouble. In my opinion, that would qualify as a lie.
Yes, well done, Pops. In our opinions, just our opinions.
Yeah.
In his opinion,
in my opinion, I would construe that to be a lie. As,
like
as
where
an
we're-
average viewer, what would you construe that to be?
Let us know in the chat. Do you consider this to be a lie? Susanna is using the word deception. Please let us know in the chat your perspective on this. It's hard to read up in the top right corner, Pops, but you know what that says? It says protecting the consumer.
Yeah. Protecting the consumer. How? Please answer that question for me. How you protecting the? Sounds like you're protecting the dealer. Yeah.
In my opinion, that's probably
Yes.
not true. All right. So,
Okay.
So we've got the 57. So the second MSRP, which is not the, and then we've got the market adjustment, the wheel locks, the auto security
Southwest
system,
Auto Security System.
and then the markup.
Well, wait, you don't forget the $1,000 for the finishing touch paint protection and the Medico window tint for $895. And then your door edge, your 3M door edge guard and door edge.
$495,
Yeah, for
So you end up with a $71,865 Toyota RAV4.
Yeah.
Problem number one for Toyota is that because, and I'm blaming Toyota for this, then the downstream effect is you can blame the dealers all you want. I'm blaming Toyota for this. They don't have enough inventory.
But see, here's what's nice. They do say right here at the bottom of it where it says dealer's asking price, not the manufacturer's suggested retail price. But in my opinion, you were deceptive and lying at the top of that addendum sticker as to what was the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
Well, yeah, because it says manufacturer's suggested retail price $57,095. Number two, the number two reason why I'm saying Toyota is in crisis mode is going to be this tweet, this post that I put out on. I struggle, man. I really struggle calling it X. This post that I put on X.
Yeah.
August 23rd. When did Toyota dealers decide to stop using MSRP? This is confusing and stupid. This is an example of one that doesn't have crazy markups.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yes.
But now the advertised MSRP is being replaced with total SRP.
Which we assume is suggested
We
retail
assume
price,
is
but we
manufactured.
don't know that. And it's not good to assume because we know what happens when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me.
In my opinion, you are correct about that.
Yes.
Now that in this case,
yes,
this has been exclusive to Toyota dealerships. We have only been community members. Please send Zach, ZACH at CarEdge.com or post on X or post on the community forum, CarEdge.com/community. If you see this happening with other manufacturers, please share it with us.
Yes.
This has only been exposed to us from Toyota. So Toyota's first issue is crazy dealer behavior, taking advantage of a situation where there's limited supply and excess
there's a
demand.
shortage of vehicles. Yes,
which is economics 101.
Yeah.
Toyota issue number two. Dealers, and it's seemingly like Toyota, are all in on this idea of moving away from MSRP and confusing us, and we're supposedly experts at this stuff, and confusing customers about what the prices actually are. The third thing, Dad, and it underpins all of this.
Yes.
Thank you. Kudos to Justin just today, working on a Saturday. Appreciate that, Justin. He published new car inventory across America, shows room for negotiation. Not for Toyota. Toyota dealers, consumers, everyone in between.
May I say one thing?
Go for it.
At that particular Toyota dealer that can't read what the manufacturer suggested retail price was and then suddenly inflated by almost $10,000, there might be room for negotiation at that dealership.
Oh, totally.
Because you could just say to them, well, how about we just deal with the real MSRP, which was 47 and change, and add your $14,000 worth of crap.
Rather
and market
than
adjustment.
The third issue, the underlining issue of this is the lack of inventory, Pop. So let's pull this up on the screen and look at it for just a moment here. This is new car days supply of inventory. So days supply is how many days it would take to sell all available inventory based on the current daily sales rate of a vehicle.
Yes.
This is for every single state, for all new cars in this column over here, Ford days supply, and then Toyota days supply.
Yes. And may I say that the Toyota day supply is, when we saw one that said it was 41 days, that's because
we're tracking in transit vehicles.
We're tracking in transit vehicles that in 95 times out of 100 are already pre-sold before they get to the dealership.
Our numbers are overstated because they
Yeah.
track in-transit vehicles. We don't have a better methodology at present to be able to track vehicles. Again, you get this data.
Well, we can't rely on the dealers to give us accurate information. We can't even rely on them to be able to add.
Well, and for some dealers, like that one who,
Yeah.
in our opinion, is being a liar. Now, Dad,
Yes.
I'm sorting Toyota days supply from lowest to highest. Let's just look. So Alaska is
Yes.
going to be a bit of an anomaly because that state's not in the contiguous United States.
Yes.
But here you go. The new car days supply of inventory in Alaska is 92. What is it for Toyota's? 13.
13.
Arkansas, okay, maybe a little bit more representative of what's going on here in the mainland. 69 day supply. What is it for Toyota? 13. Hawaii, 83 day supply. 23 for Toyota. Utah, 72, 27 for Toyota. The difference, Dad, it's at least 2x. There's 2x more inventory of pretty much everything except for Toyota. Look at Toyota and Ford. Now, do they
Yes.
sell comparable vehicles? Hell no. Ford's lots are completely full of $70,000 pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Toyota's lots are completely empty because people want under $50,000. I can't believe I'm saying that. An under $40,000, affordable vehicle. There's one other piece to all this, but I want to get your take on it. The other piece is going to be loyalty, which we've got data on from earlier this year.
Yes.
Do you now believe me that Toyota is in crisis mode, Dad? Are they on the path to crisis? Do they have an uphill battle on their hands?
Do they have? Are they faced with a conundrum of having loyal customers that there's a possibility that some of their dealers are pissing off and taking those loyal customers and pushing them to their competitors? That, I think, would I call it a crisis? They're selling every damn car they have.
Dealers are making money hand over fist.
Okay, so they're selling every damn car they have, and the dealers are making more money than they've ever made, Toyota dealers. So is it a crisis? It's only a crisis if you say, okay, we're losing some market share because we're forcing some of our loyal customers to go elsewhere because we don't have inventory. But they're making more money than they've ever made. And here's the thing that you have to remember.
Please.
Toyota's producing as many cars as they had hoped. They're not producing as many cars for the United States as they necessarily would have liked or had intended to in the past. And the reason for that, in my opinion, from what I've read, is their profit margin, Toyota's profit margin, the manufacturer selling their cars to their dealers, wholesaling their new vehicles.
Not the dealer, but the manufacturer.
So the manufacturer's profit margin for Toyota in North America is right around 3%. The rest of the world, it's between 12 and 13%. So if you're building as many cars as you can, what market do you want to ship them to? The market where your profit margin is 3%, or the rest of the world where your profit margin is 12 to 13%?
Now,
I think I know the answer to that.
Let's do a little thought experiment. Because yeah, you're spot on. Toyota could be making, and it seems like, in my opinion,
they're going to make more cars this year than they ever had in a year in their history. The difference is they're not shipping or building as many of those cars intended for North America.
So why would they be doing that? I've got a hunch. Do you have a hunch?
I just told you why.
No. Why would profit margins be significantly lower here in the United States than in other countries? I've got a hunch. What do you think?
I don't know why.
Oh, I've got an idea.
Okay, share.
The distribution network they have here in the United States robs them of profit that they would get in other countries that they went into when they were more established and have more capability to do things in-house.
Because there's two independent distributors that they sell their cars
to. The distributors in the United States for Toyota own Toyota. Well, they do not own. Let me be very clear. They do not physically own. I mean, like, control their behaviors.
There are three distributors of Toyota automobiles in this country. Southeast Toyota and Gulf States Toyota are the two independent ones. And then the third is Toyota Motors Incorporated.
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference is that they are not the ones, Toyota manufacturing is not the ones They are not the ones that are selling the cars to all their dealers.
They sell it to another intermediary, the distributor, Southeast Toyota, Gulf States, for
Yes.
example. And what does Southeast Toyota and Gulf States do?
Well, they add even more crap.
And I'm sure there's more hands in the mix, I guess is the point that I'm trying to make. That's what I mean by own. I mean that they
Yes.
have a significant stake in what happens in that experience, and also capture some of the profit that in other markets, if Toyota fully owns the distribution cycle, they don't have to worry about Southeast Toyota doing stuff. They don't have to worry about Gulf States Toyota doing stuff. And what's going to happen in the United States? Those distributors aren't going anywhere. They're entrenched. They're deeply entrenched.
Why would they go anywhere? They made a deal way back when, which was at the time beneficial to Toyota, because Toyota might not have had all the money that they needed to create this network for distribution, and so they relied on these two distributors who paid to set this up.
Yep.
And they make,
and now Toyota's paying.
Yeah,
that's my hunch. That's my hunch.
Well, and you very well could be right.
Because Igor's in the chat, Pops. Igor's in the chat, and he's saying that where was it? Oh, I missed it, but it was 15% profit margin for the OEM in Africa. Well, why? Because they probably own the full value chain there. They probably own every single piece of that, or have negotiated really incredible deals with their partners because they have so much cash and so much weight that they carry. When they came to the United States in the late 70s?
No,
late 60s, late 50s?
Probably the late 50s or early 60s.
When they came to the United States, what did they have? None of that.
Yeah. You know who the first Toyota dealer was in the country?
Hit me.
Longo Toyota.
And now they're
they are the largest.
Let's jump to the chat here for a quick second. Then we're going to talk about consumer loyalty to the brand, because that is where Toyota is really feeling it. Before we do,
yes,
thank you, Just a cinnamon bun.
Thank you. That looks good.
That looks tasty.
Yeah.
I saw something similar the other day at Maxon Hyundai in Union, New Jersey. Instead of listing the prices of the add-ons, it only said included.
Yeah, at what price? Yeah, that's the price. That
kind of sounds like that Acura we saw.
Yes, and when we see things like this, when consumers see things like this, these are the type of business practices that cement in customers' minds that dealerships are thieves. You know, if you're not going to give a breakdown of what each item is, what it costs, what you're charging the customer for it, and just have a list, a litany of things that you've added, and then you force the customer to figure out what all that's allegedly costing. That's not a fair business practice to I don't know, keep your customers coming back.
It just doesn't build a sense of strong connection, feeling like you understand the process.
Well,
Again,
it doesn't build transparency.
We're not idiots, guys. Supply and demand, we get it.
We do
I'm
get that.
I'm pointing the finger tonight at the OEM. Dealers, on the other hand, what they do with that, there's some, like the example that we had at the beginning.
Yeah.
That is, in my opinion, very bad.
Well, I don't even think you have to say, in my opinion. But in my opinion, that was a bold-faced lie.
All right, let's take a quick peek here, and then we'll come back to the chat. Very curious to hear what the community thinks about this. Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think Toyota is not in hot water, that they're not losing customers? Because it seems
they are losing customers. They are losing market share.
That's a proxy for crisis mode, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even kidding about that. I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla's market share. Each year goes up and up and up and up. And
no, it doesn't. Listen, their market share is like 60%. At one time for electric vehicles, it was like almost. Oh 100%.
No, sorry. I mean total out of all vehicles. So like Tesla's on pace to do over 600,000 vehicles delivered this year, Dad. That's a lot.
Nobody's disputing that.
While loyalty for Toyota plummets.
Well, because there's a limited availability, and there's a limited availability because if they can't make the same profit margin selling the cars to their dealers here that they can selling the cars to their dealers in Africa, where do you think they want to sell their cars to Africa? I mean, parts of this are really simple.
I think it's all actually really simple.
Yeah.
The money dictates everything. It 100% dictates everything. Why? Okay, so let's change the conversation just a little bit. Why? Let's all put our thinking caps on for a moment. Why would Toyota inventory be so low? We talked about that. Why would Ford inventory be so high? The lowest days supply of inventory for Fords is 65 in Wyoming. Let's call that the outlier. The lowest is 84 days.
Yes.
What's the highest? 130 days in Alabama. Why would Ford maybe be stockpiling inventory? Why would dealers maybe ask Ford to stockpile inventory? Why would that happen? Oh, maybe there's a UAW strike
A
around.
potential strike, yes.
Everyone put their thinking caps on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The stuff is not that difficult to comprehend. It's what happens on the other side of it that kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. It's like, why would Toyota want to lose those valuable customers here in the United States? We had some comments come in the chat that Rich E
Yes.
says, once you lose a customer to a competitor and they have a good ownership experience, you will never get that customer back.
Well, it might take a very long time to get that customer back, but their proclivity for saying, I want that brand again, has been reduced dramatically.
Absolutely.
You know, well, I mean, we live it. We saw it with your sister and your brother-in-law. They wanted a RAV4. There were none available. They ended up getting a Mazda CX-5.
Whose sales are up? Mazda, Honda?
Yes, and not only did they get the Mazda CX-5, they were able to get a significant discount. Had they wanted to wait for a RAV4, they would have had to pay for a significant market adjustment. So sometimes it's a no-brainer, and they knew what they wanted. They're happy. They're very, very happy with what they got, but that wasn't their first choice. Now, are they happy enough with the Mazda that they might become Mazda people for life?
So.
I would not be surprised.
I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think that's what we're seeing more and more happening across the United States. We've got from Igor Pops, I'm going to be meeting with Toyota on Tuesday in Geneva. Let us know what you learned, man.
Yeah, if you're allowed to share what you learned.
Whatever you're able to share, please share it. Because
we would appreciate it. The audience would appreciate it.
The working hypothesis is now that the OEM is really the one to point the finger at. Because what other automaker is struggling as much as Toyota in terms of inventory? We have Honda on this page. Let's look at that quickly. Let's look at that. Maybe you'd say Honda. Honda days supply. What is the lowest Honda day supply? 18. That is in Arkansas.
Which is a little more than what Toyota was, because Toyota was at 13.
Yeah, so let's do this side by side. So maybe, maybe we're just going over the top on Toyota.
Yeah.
Honda's at 18 in Arkansas, days supply, 20 in Idaho, 22 in Indiana, 22 in New Mexico. These are very low numbers.
And once again, most of that day supply is vehicles that are in transit that are already spoken for. We were at the Honda dealership locally last Sunday, and we actually saw a handful of cars on the lot that had Monroney labels on them.
Yeah, no addendums.
And sold stickers.
Yeah.
On the dashboards that they were pre-sold. They were sold before they ever got there. So even though you might see a 22-day supply, it's really not a 22-day supply. Now, in the case of like Ford, where there's a 105-day supply, there really is a 105-day supply, because there's not that much in transit that's going to impact it like it does. They're not pre-selling their incoming vehicles like Honda and Toyota and Hyundai and Kia.
I was talking to a Ford dealer that
yes,
may end up becoming one of our trusted dealers in our network.
Yes.
By the way, the trusted dealers have to abide by the CarEdge promise. So we pre-negotiate the price. They have to be able to deliver it to your home. They have to agree to no added fees, hidden fees, or anything like that. And we get to be a part of the deal. So like a CarEdge concierge is part of the deal. I'm talking to a Ford dealer.
Yes.
They told me, Dad,
yes,
the first time since the past, pandemic, the past
yes,
couple of years, they turned down allocation. They said, we're good on Mach-E's, we're good on Edges. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Don't give us as many. We're good.
Yeah, there are times that it happens, because the public out there thinks that the dealer must take whatever it is that the manufacturer wants to give them, and they don't. It's an allocation system, and you turn and you earn, and sometimes you're not turning them as fast as you used to, and you look at it and you go, well, we didn't really earn as many as they want to give us, and our travel rate has gone down. So no, we'll pass on some of those.
And also, what would influence their thinking there? Floor plan costs.
Well,
another dealer that I was talking to, 4 times year over year, floor plan interest up 4 times for them. But anyway, before we get too far down that path, okay, I want to do a little bit of, and here we go from Michael, Dad.
Thank you.
As you've been talking, I checked my local Toyota dealership. They now have SRP. Last week it was MSRP. Please, there's almost 2,000 people watching the stream right now. Can a handful of you please go search for your local Toyota dealership and post in the chat? Is it MSRP or is it SRP? And I apologize.
Or is it TSRP?
Or is it TSRP? And I apologize in advance, but we're going to really talk about this frequently and with a lot of fervor because this is BS, man. Absolute BS. Someone should mandate that. We should mandate that it's just freaking MSRP.
Well, I'm pretty sure the government mandated that there has to be a window sticker on the vehicle.
So do the same thing on the freaking advertisements online. This is BS, man.
Wow, look at you.
Come on, it just confuses. It confused the hell out of us.
And we're experts.
Supposedly, in our opinion.
Well, allegedly.
In my opinion, I'm an expert.
Well, not in mine.
Appreciate it.
No, I'm not an expert in my opinion.
Sarah wants to know. Sarah wants to know if the
Yeah.
data we've been looking at tonight, Dad, is on the CarEdge website. So this will be the first of many times I demonstrate how you can access this free information, Sarah.
This is free?
Yeah, your head is everywhere. Go to CarEdge.com.
Yes.
Resources.
Click on my head.
Free guides.
Yes.
New car inventory across America shows room for negotiation. Scroll down.
That.
Yeah, click on that. Scroll down. States with the highest new. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Here's the table of all the data. The other nice thing about all this, Pops, that I really like personally, and this is going to be our next point. Which automaker is stealing folks from Toyota? We talked. It's probably not Honda because Honda stays.
No, it's Mazda.
It's Mazda. So look at this.
Yes,
We're going to go to
absolutely.
browse cars.
Yeah.
We're going to choose a Mazda.
Not a Maserati.
No, I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia right now.
Okay.
So let's do did they move to the CX-5 or the CX-50?
Well, the CX-50 is going to ultimately replace the CX-5.
What's one that they've had for a while? The
CX-5.
The CX-5.
Yeah.
I want to look at new CX-5s.
Yes.
In transit, but let's look at one that's actually there. 77 days at this dealership. 2023.
Yeah.
58 days supply. So we're talking about, when we look at this data, we're talking about how Toyota doesn't have anything close to a 58-day supply.
Now, I have read recently that Mazda is going to do away with their base model.
Okay.
Because
they're also going up market. Wow, look at the chat, Dad. Thank you to those who put the region that you're in. Wow. Gonna start clicking on some of these.
Yeah.
TSRP in Warrenton, Virginia. TSRP for Southeast Toyota dealers. TSRP.
Yeah,
TSRP. What the? Wait a second. I think I can do this, and we won't. What happened? I muted us. You want to try it?
No, I don't want to try.
You can hit the button.
Yeah. No, I don't want to try it.
What happened, Dad?
Yeah.
In what world does a corporation just get to change how consumers understand the baseline?
Scroll up a little bit. Would you star that one for?
No,
later?
I don't want to fight with people. What's the?
I'm not going to fight with him.
All right. Why do you want to give the haters stuff to? I skipped over. There was a comment in the chat that someone said that I was attractive. I skipped over it.
Why do you want to give haters?
Exactly. But Dad, seriously, what is going on?
Yeah.
How can Toyota just make this mandate that we're no longer abiding by MSRP?
I don't know. I don't know.
This industry gives us something to talk about on a daily basis because this is idiotic.
You'll have a lifetime's worth of work, and you're 28. Let's assume you live another 60, 70 years. Oh my goodness gracious, you'll never have time to retire.
Here we go. We've got one dealer who I guess is behind on updating their website. Two dealers who are behind. Southeast Michigan, TSRP, Toyota. This really pisses me off, man.
I can tell. Yeah. Get a grip.
Yeah. We'll
bring it up. We'll talk about it.
Here we go. I love this one. Nashua Toyota in Nashua, New Hampshire. No pricing at all on their website. Why give prices?
Yeah. You know, maybe when Igor has a meeting with them in Geneva, you can suggest that they go back to MSRP in the United States.
Here we go. Yeah, now let's all come up with some ideas for what SRP stands for.
Yeah.
Feel Good wants us to talk about. We are talking about Feel Good. We're confused just like you are.
Yeah.
Maybe we should break down, like, what is federally mandated on a window sticker? It has to be manufacturer suggested retail.
I thought it did, but it, you know, apparently it doesn't.
1 second. Wait a second. Monroney label CarEdge. Let's put this all together. 1 second. Let me share this tab because maybe we're learning something new. We wrote this guide back in March of 2020.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't think we've been around for a while, we've been around for a while. Monroney sticker and window sticker explained by a former car dealer. I probably ghost wrote this for you, but let's see.
More than likely.
Yeah, probably. Bum, bum, bum.
Why don't you Google what is required by the
This is what we have on here. Included on the Monroney sticker are key pieces of information. They include where the car was built.
Yeah.
Details about the car's warranty, engine specifications, what options have been added. This only includes options from the manufacturer. Any dealer-installed accessories will be listed on a separate label next to the window sticker, or now, on top of it,
yes,
the manufacturer suggested retail price, the price of each individual option, the official EPA endorsed fuel mileage and data crash test ratings. I mean, are we missing something here?
I don't know.
I'm bothered by this, obviously.
I can tell.
You choose where we go next. I'm bothered.
Well, I don't. You go anywhere. I don't care where you go. You know, just
total shady ripoff price.
Whoa.
But I guess in the context, my final piece here will be:
yes,
we started tonight's show by looking at this, Deb. This is a Monroney label. Let me zoom all the way out. This is a Monroney label
that shows the manufacturer suggested
from
retail.
Elmore Toyota. The dealer's name is right up there.
Yeah,
this is
can't miss it.
A community member sent this into us, so maybe I'm gonna couch this in. This is my opinion. Maybe the community member doctored this photo. It doesn't look like it. It looks like you can see him taking the freaking photo right there, but maybe.
Yeah.
So Elmore Toyota, please don't come after our butts for this. You guys have a manufacturer suggested retail price at the top. $43,090. Nowhere do I see total or just suggested retail price.
Well,
then you've got
to the bottom.
Then you've got optional equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got manufacturer suggested retail price again.
And then
that's $45,972. And then you have delivery and processing and handling fee, and that's $1,335. And then you have the total, which is $47,307. And then you have the manufacturer's suggested retail price somehow goes to $57,000, and then the dealer's asking price is $71,865. And we've just spent the past 5 minutes having our entire community demonstrate to us that there is no longer an MSRP on most Toyota's websites. I think I'm justifiably upset about this.
Okay, now get over it. You're on your soapbox. We can talk about it again Monday. You can bring it up again Tuesday. You know, you have a platform where you'll be able to address it as many times as you'd like until we can shame enough Toyota dealers into going back to listing the manufacturer.
I want to be clear. I think this was a Toyota OEM decision. Dealers aren't all on the same day snapping their fingers and saying we want to change our websites. The last thing they want to do is change a damn thing. It's easier to keep things the status quo. This feels like it came from Toyota or from the distributor, Dad. So we will get on that soapbox. Let's switch gears.
Okay.
Used car prices are crashing.
Chicken Little just is not going to take a break. You know, at one point yesterday, are you okay? Got a cramp.
I got a cramp. Okay, I'm okay.
Yeah. At one point yesterday, we almost did the noon show.
Look at this though.
Let me say something. And I had found some information that we were going to use on the show.
Is this going to make fun of me? Because if it's going to make fun of me,
no.
It was going to make fun of me.
Maybe.
Come on. I'm already flop sweating. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. You know I'm not feeling great tonight. Leave me alone. Thank you. Can we talk about used car prices?
You over-exercised today.
That was my information to share if I felt like I wanted to share it.
But you're doing good.
Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
All right. Can we talk about used car prices?
Sure.
All righty. Are they crashing?
Wholesale are dropping dramatically.
Yes, they are. Down
Yes.
1.5% week over week.
Down 3% the past 2 weeks.
So not only are we seeing dealers still do things like this with Toyotas, other dealers like Ford dealers have way too much inventory. And now we have, like, look at this chart. We have literally the largest week over week declines we've ever seen in the wholesale used car markets. However, retail prices somehow seem to be stabilizing. What do you make of all this?
Well, there's a shortage of quality cars. There's a shortage of used cars. End of sentence. Well, I'll make this really quick. There is a shortage of pre-owned cars. There has been a shortage of pre-owned cars since COVID.
Yep.
Okay. The reason there's a shortage of pre-owned cars is globally during the height of the pandemic, with the chip shortages and supply chain issues, there were approximately 15 million new cars globally that were scheduled to be built that were not built. Probably 8 or 9 million of those 15 million were scheduled to have been built that were not built in the United States or North America. Those cars, had they been built and had they been sold, would have brought in trades, because people typically trade a car when they get a new car. There's 8 to 9 million cars that didn't get sold. There's probably 6 million trades that never happened. So we have a shortage of used cars. As long as there's a shortage of used cars, even when wholesale values of those cars decline, the dealers are not looking to lower the retail values, because there doesn't appear at this point in time yet to be enough of a shortage of buyers for the short supply of used cars that are out there.
It is interesting that one value will go down so much, which is impacting trade-ins immensely.
Yes.
That being said, I was talking to our partner over at CarWiser, CarEdge.com/sell. You can see what your car is worth. Offers have stabilized, is what he said to me. I don't know how long that'll last, because if the Black Book data comes out again next week, going to the phone?
Vamp.
If the Black Book data comes out again next week and shows another 1%, 1.5% decline, you don't really have much of a choice other than to continue to drop trade-in offers, continue to eventually cut back on pricing. All right, go for it, Pops.
This is what I received today from Carvana. Your 2020 Mini Clubman value tracker, from when I had a 2020 Mini Clubman, in July 26th, 2023, they felt that vehicle was worth $20,688. Today, they feel it's worth $23,232, assuming that it has about 34,000 miles on it, that it's gone up 11.8% in the last 30 days. That's from Carvana, an email I got from them today.
Let me make sure there's no PII on here.
You moved it. Yeah.
All right, ready? I'll put it up in get your face out of the way, Pops. Oh, God, come here. Yeah. See, this car
that I don't own. Yeah.
This makes no sense.
But I'd like to find out what they think my car was.
Maybe you'd be getting rid of your car. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
the used car market makes no sense.
None. And so we've seen in the last 2 weeks, wholesale values drop a little over 3%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yet my car,
supposedly
my ex car, has gone up, as far as Carvana is concerned, 11.8%. Now, I know from Igor the other day, I think when we did the electric show, he said he mentioned that the value of Clubmans that he was seeing at the auctions was dropping dramatically.
So why would Carvana?
And I said, well, I don't care. I lease mine, which Igor said, good for you, Ray. But How is all that square with Carvana saying, well, the damn thing went up nearly $3,000
That's wild.
in the
man.
last 30 days?
That's absolutely wild. All right, we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about a story out of the state of Chicago.
Out
Excuse
of
me.
the state of Chicago?
Out of the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago.
That
Excuse
would
me.
be okay. Yes.
And before we do, we're going to take a moment to give some kudos to some of our community members. I've got the banner on the screen. We have our 20% off promotion running right now, $100 off on service contracts as well. We
Yes.
truly are, as far as I'm aware, we are the only like consumer advocacy organization that's not beholden to dealers, OEMs, anything like that. So please, 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 if we can help you navigate the car buying process like we were able to help Omark, let us do it. This was posted over on the community forum. If you're not on the community forum, just to demonstrate for a moment, the Success Stories channel has nearly 30,000 community members in it, Dad.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. There's just success story after success story. It's really incredible to see. If we have helped you in any way, Google reviews are awesome. Posts in the community forum and the Success Stories channel are awesome. Look at this, Dad. After 3 weeks of preparation using many of CarEdge's video scripts and cheat sheet resources, of which we have plenty of free resources back on CarEdge.com, I'm happy to share that I purchased a new Sonic Pearl Gray 2023 Honda Civic EX on August 18th. I feel I am a pretty strong negotiator, but I'm telling you that I would not have been as successful as I was at the dealership without these tools. Thank you, Ray, Zach, and Kimberly. You and me probably didn't have anything to do with this. So huge shout out to the team.
Well, we had something to do with it in the sense that you created this nonsense and then you created this monster called me.
There it is.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you created me. The way the dealership laid out the initial MSRP, tax, title, and registration seemed pretty transparent in line with the CarEdge report I downloaded. So I was pleased about that. So I was like, quote, where are they going to try and get me? More on that shortly. Long story short, then,
yes,
Omark went through the entire process, 3 rounds of negotiations, professional manner. I wound up paying a little below MSRP, which is awesome on a Honda Civic. $500 for the add-ons that they had put on the vehicle. I got to the dealership at 4:08 p.m. and drove off the lot with my brand new ride at 6:48.
That's not too bad.
That's really not bad.
Yeah.
Before I drove off, the sales manager told me it was clear I knew my stuff and asked me if I have worked at a dealership before. I told him no, but I have 3 buddies that have. That's awesome.
Well, truth be told, he only has 2 buddies that have. You've never actually worked in it. Well, unless you count our Saturday at Staten Island.
When we're starting to do the sales events, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We got more folks, Pops, telling us that Toyota has just totally gotten rid of MSRP. Man, I'm going to make a stink out of that next week. I'm going to make a stink out of it starting tonight.
We already have. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Follow us on all social media because I'm going to be talking about this every which way. All right, Dad, let's come over here.
I hear a little neighing behind me. The horse might still be alive if you want to beat it some more.
All right, so if you're not interested in buying a Toyota, you might be looking at some of the other comparable brands.
Yes.
At a similar price point.
Yes.
Like Kia or Hyundai. The unfortunate reality over there, reliability of those vehicles, question marks, because a lot of
they've had some issues.
Yeah,
some major issues.
The Hyundai fires, and in this case, we're going to be talking about the car thefts. Dad, the city of Chicago is suing Kia and Hyundai over all those car thefts. More than 19,000. I shouldn't laugh. This is sad.
It's not funny.
More than 19,000. I think it's the magnitudes of scale that make it a little funny to me because I can't fathom 19,000 cars being stolen for the same exact.
Just this year.
For the same exact hack, the same exact tactic. In Chicago, double last year's figure and 3 times more than 2019 because it went viral on TikTok. Yes.
Now, just to be clear, not that I want to stick up for Hyundai and Kia because I'm not. I'm not trying to, but that only impacts the cars that don't have the push button start. I think they were produced from 2019 to 2021. I think all the cars today have the engine immobilizers.
Yep.
So it only impacts certain years and certain models. If you have a Hyundai or Kia that has a push button start, your car's not part of those that are really easy to steal. That doesn't mean somebody wouldn't try and steal yours. Yours just wouldn't be quite as easy as the one that you have to use the key in the ignition to turn.
Yeah, and insurance companies will still insure it. There are certain insurance companies
that will not insure Hyundais or Kias that don't have the push button start.
So it's like you start to look at the landscape of affordable and reliable vehicles in the
Yes.
United States. The domestic automakers have totally given up on that segment. Maybe you could make a case for like the Trax, maybe, but they don't really produce it. Maybe you could make a case for the Dodge. No, there's not a Dodge that's cheap. The Jeep Renegade, no, not like the domestics have given up. The international players in the space, the German automakers really don't provide anything there. Maybe Volkswagen with a Jetta or a Tiguan, maybe.
Yeah. All their other brands do not.
Oh, yeah, all the other brands do not. And
Yeah,
then
well, I mean, and when you consider how big Volkswagen is, because they own Audi and they own what is it, Bentley? Or
yeah, they own Bentley, they own Bugatti, they
Yeah.
own a lot.
Yeah, so yeah, but Volkswagen's they're for the people brand.
Shannon saying
Thank
thanks
you.
for the contribution. Just got home, so I'll have to watch the replay. Just remember these words: SRP. Okay, they're going to come up a lot.
Yes,
They're going to come up
yes.
a lot. Anyway, you just don't have a lot of
Sad,
options.
really people.
Sad, really, people.
Yeah,
Really,
really sad people.
yeah. When they see an SRP, a
Yeah.
TSRP, an MSRP,
yeah.
dealer's SRP.
Oh
I mean,
my goodness. Yes,
anyway.
yes.
All right, how about this? Let's take a couple minutes, Dad, and let's remind everyone of all the various ways in which we can help. The live shows are quite fun, but it doesn't give us a great opportunity to really dig in one-on-one with anyone because it's one to many. If you go to CarEdge.com, we have a car search. The car search helps you actually identify.
On a lot of the videos that we do, and especially the ones where we've gone out and we've actually gone to cars, and then we go on your phone and you search to get the market data, and people always say in the comments, well, where do you go to get that information? This is your opportunity.
Yeah, please listen.
Okay, listen carefully, take notes if you must, but listen carefully as to how you get that information.
All you have to do is choose from the year, make, model drop down here, or click browse cars, and then you'll be able to view that information. That requires for Market Day Supply a CarEdge data plan. The data plan, if you click here,
Yes,
it's typically $10 a month, but it's discounted 20% right now, so it's $7.99. That is the way that we make money here at CarEdge, that we can do what we do. The other way, we also offer consultation phone calls. So if you need help from our team, fill on our team. We have a dozen awesome, what we call CarEdge coaches, former salespeople, finance managers, sales managers, people who've worked in the industry. $60 for 30 minutes. Or if you're a coach member, so coach members get access to our coaches via email and live chat Monday, every day except for Sunday. It's actually $40.
and may I say that what was it, $60 for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
$120 for an hour?
Yeah.
For real live,
No, like video calls. Yeah.
Yeah, real live advice, talking to somebody. You ever go to an attorney? They're like $300, $400, $500. And these are like the mediocre.
Why do you think I'm saying in my opinion so much today? Maybe.
These are the mediocre attorneys are charging $200, $300, $400, $500 an hour. An hour. Okay. And people go to them because they're professionals. They need their advice. For $120 an hour, you can talk to somebody that is involved in putting together more car deals in a month than most sales managers at even the largest dealerships in the country are.
I completely agree with you. And I wish I could pull it up. We don't have like release forms signed from people.
Yeah.
The feedback forms after the consults. Like we ask everyone for feedback all the time. There's a question in the industry, like when you build products, called Net Promoter Score. 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend this product or service to a friend? We have gotten 1 8.
Yes.
And all the rest have been 10s. And in the past month, we've done well over 50 of these.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome, Dad.
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same thing for all of our products. We're trying to make them better every single day. But I mean, that's incredible. Coach, like I was talking about a moment ago, Coach is actually where you have someone in your pocket, like literally someone in your pocket. We've got a great testimonial video here for that experience. We do your deal review analysis. We can help you figure out what car you want, help talk through finance and insurance products, your trade-in analysis. This is your coach product. And then we also have under here the service contracts, the warranties, extended warranty, electronics warranty, and we can even help with auto home renters. Those are all the paid things. If you're going to sell a car or trade in a vehicle, please go to caredge.com/sell. You get all the competitive offers in one place. And under resources, so much good stuff. I recommend going to the community and the free guides and the free data. Start there. The dealer reviews are really incredible. Deal School, we have the 2.0 version, which is free, the 3.0 version, which is part of Coach, or is $99 standalone. But there is a lot of good, useful information.
Free, useful information.
A lot of it is free back on CarEdge.com.
Yes, the free data.
Yeah, you love the free data.
Well, because the free data makes it easier for you to understand when you're comparing different cars, and you can look up and you can see what the expected depreciation is, what historically the maintenance costs have been. That's valuable information when it comes time to deciding which, if you're comparing between 2 or 3 vehicles, which ends up being the better buy or which ends up being a worse buy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's jump in. Let's do some live help real quick. Amy, I'm at a Ford dealership and they are pressuring me to fill out a credit app without even letting me look at a car. What's your recommendation to Amy?
Amy, go to another Ford dealership.
When should the credit app come up?
The credit app should come up after you've agreed on a price on the vehicle. And now the dealership's going to say, yeah, well, we want to know what we have with the customer. I don't want somebody taking up all my time, and then it turns out that they have bad credit. Hey, guess what? That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Okay. But to say to a customer when they come in, you want to start looking at cars? We need your credit application. That's nonsense. You don't need that to look at a car. Okay. Now you want to know who you're talking to. The reason you want to is the dealers. You want to know who you're talking to and what kind of car you can steer them to and what type of credit history they have, so you can better figure out a plan to separate them from the most of the money you can. But for somebody to look at a car, you don't need a credit application. And if the dealer insists, go find yourself another dealer.
Again, we are working on building out the CarEdge Trusted Dealer Network. The 4 pillars of the CarEdge promise. This, obviously would not be allowed behavior. If you are a dealer out there and you agree with the way that we look at the industry, that it can be more fair, more transparent, more efficient, this is a perfect example of someone who we wish we could send your way. So go to caredge.com/join and fill out our application so that we can have a conversation with you as behavior that we don't condone. Waterproof. Thank you for the contribution.
Thank you.
I was just about to negotiate an Ioniq 5 of 2022 with 14,000 miles for $35,000. Thanks to you guys. Can you guys talk about Ioniq 5s? I'll put 2 comments out there.
Yes.
3, actually. One of the members of our team, Justin, has an Ioniq 5, loves it.
Loves it. And he's had it a year and a half.
Put a ton of miles on it. He loves it.
Probably has 30,000 miles on it.
He drives
a lot. Absolutely. And they have more than one car. But whenever they want to go somewhere, they always take the Ioniq 5. They absolutely love that vehicle.
Used EV prices this is not hyperbolic. Used EV prices are falling off a cliff. So if you can stay patient, watch them keep going down. There's nothing that points to them going up. The third comment is that for used EVs, especially, get a pre-purchase inspection. And there's a company out there called Recurrent. They almost do like vehicle history reports for the batteries. So please, those 3 comments. Justin loves it. Take that for whatever you want. EV prices are falling.
If I may,
PPI.
I know Igor was looking at cars the other day at the auction, and there were a poop ton of Teslas, EVs. They're not bringing anywhere near the same money they used to. Tesla keeps lowering their new car prices.
Did you see what Tesla's doing now? Tesla is now advertising their prices less any federal tax incentives.
Yeah, which is
and
nonsense.
Gas savings.
Oh, come on.
Did you see that? Tesla is as bad. So I want to be very clear. We're all adults here. We beat up on bad dealers frequently, right? And now we're beating up on OEMs frequently.
Yeah, that's because
Tesla is no exception. That is BS, man.
Oh yeah, because first of all, not everybody qualifies for the full federal tax credit. Okay, number 1, and number 2, to assume how much they're going to drive and how much that's going to equal to savings from not having to purchase gas. and showing that as a net for the price of your car. That's nonsense. What is the selling price of your car? Because the selling price is the selling price. The federal tax credit is something altogether different that you have to apply for, you have to qualify for, and whatever gas savings or fuel savings you have, well, that's going to be based on how you drive. That's got nothing to do with the selling price.
Model 3 from $29,740. Smaller text after federal tax credit and estimated gas savings.
Nonsense.
But that's actually just the SRP, guys. All right. Yeah. So we can that's the SRP.
Yeah. So there's nothing that says that when you have manufacturer to consumer direct sales, that the manufacturer isn't as shady at times as franchise dealers have been.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's nothing more bogus than that.
It's going to become the SRP. The super silly suggested retail price.
Yes. Yeah. But to advertise your price after a tax credit that somebody might not qualify for and after fuel savings, that's not the selling price of the car. That could be the net cost of the car if you qualify for all that nonsense. Just what the hell is the selling price? You're the only one that can sell that car. Just list the damn price. It's not that hard.
No, it's very hard because
apparently
Toyota's struggling with it. Tesla's struggling with it.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, I just want to say, everyone's got a number. If you want to hire us to consult Tesla or Toyota, we got a number. We got a number, folks. We can tell you that you should actually just put the real price. We got a number.
Yeah.
Email us. Yeah. Zach@CarEdge.com.
Yeah. I mean, that would be like if you have a cell phone. Okay. All right. My cell phone's from Xfinity. And they say, well, but if you buy our cell phone and if you buy our all-in plan, it is like $20 a month less than so-and-so's. And let's say you keep it for the 36 months. So that's $720. So, actually our phone that's $599, we're basically giving it to you we're giving you $140 when you buy it.
Yeah.
That's not, what's the price of the damn phone? What's the price of the damn Tesla? I'll be good now.
All right. Let's call it a show. Everyone enjoy your weekend.
Something about ice cream after the show.
I don't know. I'm still feeling. So you mentioned it earlier, which it's my news to share. It's my health. My health, man. My health. I share your health, but you don't get to share my health.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had heat exhaustion today.
Yeah.
Training for the Ironman that's coming up, and I had heat exhaustion, and I almost passed out, man. It was really scary. So I'm like cramping still and nauseous still, and I still have a headache.
Perfect.
No, it was really scary.
Well,
I don't know if I'm gonna have ice cream. I guess. Well, it'll cool me down.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, come on, let's go over to custards.
I don't know if I'm gonna have any. Man. Okay, it was really scary earlier.
You can keep me company.
From the Arizona report.
Yeah.
Thank you for the contribution.
Thank you.
Looking at 2020 to 2021, 4Runner will Toyota negotiate their one person, one price. It is the dealer.
Yes.
That sounds like a Schomp dealership.
No.
One person, one price?
Well,
1 hour. That's their slogan.
No, that's Toyota in Avondale.
Oh, there you go.
I'm assuming that's Toyota in Avondale, which is one person, one price. Your salesperson sells you the car, does your F&I paper, does everything.
One second. Can you Arizona report? Can you put the VIN in the chat? Because what we'll do here for you is we'll run a CarEdge report live on the show, so that we can show you if it's a fair price or a not fair price. Let's just do that really quickly for the Arizona report. Because will they try and negotiate? Probably not, right? Our whole shtick is that they don't.
Yeah.
They would on a new car at the end of the month if it meant an incentive, but on a used car, probably not, right?
They might not even at the end of the month, even if it meant an incentive.
I mean for a new car, man.
Yeah. Here's how it works. If you are a negotiation-free store, you're a negotiation-free store. You're not a negotiation-free store 29 out of 30 days of the month.
Yeah, either the VIN or just drop the link to the listing in the chat.
Look at that. See?
Yeah, you know your stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but Pops, how many negotiation-free stores were you a part of that eventually went back to negotiating? Like they paid for the consultants, they brought them in. Like a lot of these flop.
Wow.
What? I'm not taking a shot at you. I'm just saying because the end of the month rolls around. It's like, oh, if we sell these 4 cars as losers, we make back 40 grand, 50 grand.
Well, what you do as what you do is you're getting close to the end of the month and you see what you need to sell. You adjust your asking prices.
All right.
You don't negotiate them. You adjust the asking prices so that it reflects the loss so that you can sell them quicker.
Got it.
My goodness. I
Got
have
it.
to help you with this stuff. That's how that works.
Well, not if the staff's compensated
Yeah.
on gross still. They'll still hold it. I'm just saying. We're waiting from the Arizona report. We're going to help him out with a Toyota deal that he's looking at. For everyone, just so you know what we're going to be doing as soon as we get the
Info.
As soon as we get the info, let me pull it up on the screen and we can walk you through it as well. I'm still in disbelief about this SRP BS, man.
Oh,
You're going to be hearing about it all day tomorrow. All right, let me pull it up on the screen.
can't wait.
Excuse me, I'll show everyone what we're going to be doing. You can do this with any VIN, folks. The CarEdge report is 20% off right now, just as well. Just go onto CarEdge.com, log in to your CarEdge account, which is free. Go under Tools, click on CarEdge report, and then you're going to pop a VIN in there. So stand by. We're waiting for a VIN. Waiting for a VIN, folks. When you run a VIN,
Yes.
what we're going to be looking for here, I've got some that I've run recently. What I'm curious in looking at that, if it's a one-price store, is this.
Yes.
Are they priced below or above what's market for that area? Whoops, let me share the screen. What I'm looking for is this, folks. There you go. All right, so let's wait here.
We might not wait too much longer.
Why is that? Let me see. Are you pressed for ice cream?
Got things to do.
No,
Places to go.
we've got that was 4 minutes ago. We got a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
You okay?
Yeah, sure. Good. Yeah. But it shouldn't take this long to get a VIN.
Here we go.
There we go.
No. This is
Yeah.
just some love
Yeah.
for CarEdge.
Oh.
Been using CarEdge subscription the last 2 weeks. Highly recommend. Dealer looked pissed.
And the idea is not necessarily to piss the dealer off. The idea is to level the playing field, so that you can have a better understanding as to what the process is and how that process flows.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right, the Arizona report. I'm going to call it. Email me the VIN or post it on the community forum. Either way works. Zach, Z-A-C-H at CarEdge.com, or post it on the community forum. And that way we can help you out. Let's call it a night.
Okay.
We'll be back on Monday. We've got a normal week next week, which I'm really, really, really
Me
excited
too.
about.
Yeah.
And
And somebody wants to know my flavor.
yeah, what flavor are you going to get?
Mint chocolate chip.
You're doing mint chocolate chip tonight?
I always do.
Nice.
Yeah. Why go with why not always just go with the proven winner?
I'm doing I'm going to mix 3 flavors tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, you don't think so?
I'm only getting one.
I'm going to do strawberry, raspberry, and peach.
Sure. Yeah.
Did you get it?
No.
Come on. Strawberry.
Yeah, raspberry and
Raspberry,
peach.
peach.
That's your suggested retail price.
Good night, everyone. We'll be back on Monday.